The best way for you to find God may not be in a church or a youth group, but when your face is about to get chewed off by a zombie. Jigga what? Relax, I can explain. So sit down, strap in, and shh, stay quiet. They're drawn by noise. Just like this. Welcome to Geek Theology, where music, ministry, and nerd culture all come to hang out. I'm Gary Mitchell, and today we're diving face first into The Walking Dead, a cultural phenomenon that has swept the world, turning already hardcore zombie fans into a virtual legion of deadheads. I used to have a Grateful Dead joke right here, but let's be honest, half of you don't even know who the Grateful Dead are. So let's just move on. Speaking of music, you should know that I wrote a Walking Dead song that sounds like this. Are we the Walking Dead? And if you want to hear it, just keep watching. So what's it all about? The Walking Dead is a highly successful horror drama airing on AMC and is based on the comic book of the same name by Robert Kirkman and Tony Moore. Yet another critically acclaimed property adapted from a comic book, proving once again that anyone who still thinks comics are just for kids is, as one of my drum students used to say, all the way wrong. The comic and show follows Rick Grimes, a brave and resourceful sheriff's deputy that wakes from a coma to find the world has ended, courtesy of zombies, which in the show are called walkers, biters, and a bunch of other stuff. Quick sidebar. How come nobody in a zombie movie or show has ever seen a zombie movie or show? I mean, you think as soon as the walkers showed up, people would be like, oh, those are zombies. We need to kill them in the head and get up out of here. Now, if you're fuzzy on what a zombie is, it's basically a reanimated corpse. It is a dead body that's still somehow able to walk or crawl or move around. As the late great King of Pop showed us, they also tend to have mad rhythm and killer dance moves. Did you see what I did there? Killer dance moves? It's because they're zombies, so it's like, okay. Most of the time, whatever's keeping these Walking Dead still, walking is in the brain. That means the only way to take one out for good is to damage or destroy the brain. Headshots! Headshots for everybody! Okay, so The Walking Dead follows Rick Grimes as he meets and becomes the leader of a small group of survivors as they struggle to stay alive in this brave new walker-infested world. It's time for our first scene change. Here we are at the prison, the location of seasons 3 and 4 of the show and several volumes of the comic. And I can tell you, a lot of stuff went down here. Though the TV show drastically deviates from the comic book in a lot of ways. The core of what the comic is about is not only still intact, but beautifully and horrifically realized. This show is not for the weak stomach. It's quickly earned a reputation for its outstanding makeup and special effects work. The walkers and character deaths at their gnarled, bony hands are all brought to life in gruesome fashion. So if that stuff grosses you out, stay far, far away. But you should definitely give it a try if you like tense, character-driven stories, which brings me to why you should care.
Back to it.
This show has zombies in it, but it's so not about the zombies. It's about the characters, people from all different walks of life who were just thrown together and forced to get along and survive. Spoiler alert, sometimes it doesn't work out so great. And by that, I mean sometimes you'll watch the show and you'll go, ugh, oh God, oh, ooh, oh, no. You get the idea. Let's head to Woodbury, home to one of the greatest villains in the series, and the perfect spot to talk about the 3 main themes that make this show worth watching. The first of which is human nature, the ugly truth. This show is about what people are really like when there are no laws or rules to govern them. Society has totally crumbled, so everybody who's still alive can pretty much do whatever they want. People in this show frequently do terrible things, sometimes because they have to, but sometimes just because they want to. The main cast has some run-ins with other survivors that are so appalling that it changes them forever. Which leads me to theme number 2. How far would you go to survive? There's a constant struggle here between holding on to any kind of traditional morality and basically just becoming totally ruthless. Give the show or the comic a try and you'll be asking yourself questions like, how far would I go? What would I be willing to do to survive? The turning point for me came when I realized that the walkers aren't the real monsters here. people are. And theme number 3, is it worth it to hope? Now and then things get so bad for these characters that they honestly struggle with whether or not it's even worth it to keep going. They get trapped or lost or separated. They get brutally attacked. They get their hopes up from a new chance for safety or even a cure for the Walker plague, only to have the whole thing crash on them and end up worse than they were before. And they get so demoralized that some of them just kind of go, you know what? Man, screw this. Let's just eat a bullet and be done. They have to find a reason to keep moving forward. And the theme, where does your hope come from and is it worth fighting for, runs throughout the show, which is a big deal because I'm not sure if you've seen this, but man,
I'm just getting started.
So it's time for the big question. What can we learn from The Walking Dead? For this last point, we head to Alexandria, where the current season of the show is taking place. There's a lot of constructive things that anybody can pull from this show. And I want to encourage you guys to throw down a few things in the comments below that you've learned from it. Even if it's just something like, now I know how to make fire with a AA battery. Seriously, that's a thing you can do. So The Walking Dead has inspired me personally in 2 major ways. And the first one is just by reminding me to be thankful. Man, these people's lives suck. They're never safe. They're almost always searching for food and shelter. And oh yeah, there's an army of the dead trying to rip their guts out. So not to belittle whatever your situation might be, YouTube fans, but no matter how bad you think your life is, watch about 3 or 4 episodes of this show, especially the early seasons, and you're gonna go, you know what? Today's gonna be a good day. This show has helped me appreciate the hundreds of little things I take for granted all the time. If you can find clean, relatively safe to drink water anywhere near you, you ought to say thank you, God. If you can open up your fridge and find literally anything to eat, or you can walk or ride someplace where you can, be thankful, because that means you don't have to go wandering through zombie-infested woods looking for squirrels or turtles or earthworms. Ugh. If you have people in your life that you care about and that care about you, if you can move, if you can see, hell, if you hate this video, you're still watching it, that means you've got internet. Guys, my point here is be thankful. Forget about whatever you don't have or can't do and focus on what you do have and you can do. And remember that there are tons of people everywhere that don't have those things, zombies or not. We have to practice counting our blessings in life. Your health or your finances or relationships or whatever may not be what you want them to be, but they could always be worse. And inspiration number 2 is to never give up. I appreciate the persistence that these guys keep pushing ahead with. No matter how bad their lives suck, they just keep on keeping on. And that's important because I think we can all agree there's a lot of suck in the world. We have cancer and Ebola and malaria. We have earthquakes and tornadoes. We have school shootings and terrorist attacks. I mean, zombies aren't real, so we don't have to worry about that. That's pretty great. But bottom line, happens to everyone. And the only thing worse than that is the stuff that people do to each other. Yet despite it all, I am still one of these crazy people that believes that there is a God who is real and who cares about us and is trying to help us get through this mess. This thing right here, let me tell you what this does not say. It does not say that our lives will be easy and perfect all the time and we'll never hurt or suffer or have any problems at all. And if you've been led to believe that, I apologize, because somebody done told you wrong. But some of the passages in here that mean the most to me are the ones that genuinely acknowledge that sometimes life just sucks. But through all of the suck, God is not just like out there someplace just kind of watching us struggle. He's right here with us, right in the middle of it. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. See, one of the reasons why I think God lets life suck is because he knows that some of us just aren't going to talk to him any other way. And he wants to talk to us. He wants to help us. We should maybe let him do that. Then Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." See, when life sucks, we always want to ask the why question, right? Why? Why is this happening to me? Why is God letting this happen? Well, you're going to hate this, but why is really hard. Like, you may never get an answer to why. So a better question to ask than why might be, what are you gonna do? How do you react when life sucks? How do you let it shape the person that you are and the choices you make? And most of all, are you gonna let him help you? And there are characters throughout The Walking Dead that reflect that perspective of having faith in something, having hope that inspires them to try to do more than just survive somehow. Now, does that mean they're perfect characters? Nope. Does that mean they don't ever make mistakes or screw up? In fact, sometimes that faith doesn't even really turn out so great for them. But does that make them stupid or wrong for holding on to it? I don't think so. Guys, my point here is sometimes life feels like a free-for-all match of Halo or Call of Duty. It's just senseless and chaotic and confusing. And it's easy to feel like there's no point to any of it. But there's really no point to it if you give up. So despite how awful life gets sometimes, zombies or not, it doesn't mean that God doesn't exist or that he doesn't care. He never said life wouldn't suck sometimes. What he did say is that we wouldn't have to deal with it on our own. So the question is, where does your hope come from? Because just like these guys, when life sucks, you're gonna have to find a reason to keep moving forward. But if God is closest to us when things get hard, then maybe a little zombie apocalypse is just what the world needs. But don't quote me on that. And don't go like create the T-virus or something just cause like I told you to. That's bonkers. I wrote a song about The Walking Dead and it's coming at you right after this video, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button for me and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. If you've got friends that are into zombie stuff, make sure you send them this link and help me spread the Geek Theology epidemic. Remember to hit me up in the comments below and let me hear some of your favorite themes or moments from the show. Finally, be sure to tune in next time when we'll be heading to Westeros for a little bit of this. But hands off Khaleesi, she's mine. I'm Gary Mitchell, and A Song for the Dead is coming at you right now.
Broken, empty, fear that never leaves. My friends, my love, no time to even grieve. No words, I can't describe the way this feels. My God, those people, how can this be real? They don't sleep, they don't hurt, they're never afraid. They're not cold, they're not lost, just rotting and decayed. They're just hungry, hungry. They don't ever stop, they just keep coming, coming. Don't look back, don't stop, just keep on running. Any sound we can't see, we don't know how many are around. I can't take this anymore, this dragging on, it's only a matter of time. They don't know who they are or what they've lost. They don't know they died, now they're just hungry, hungry. They don't ever stop, they just keep coming, coming. Don't look back, don't stop, just keep on running. Don't look back, just go.
There's just too many, there's just too many, there's just too many.
Come on, get up, let's go.
There's just too many, there's just too many.
Come on, let's go. There's just too many. There's just too many. There's just too many. There's just too many. The Walking Dead. Are we the? Are we the? Are we the Walking Dead?
Hey guys, Gary Mitchell here. Thank you so much for watching this video. We worked really hard on it. Huge thank you to everybody that was involved. If you like the song, head to my website right now. The link should be someplace on your screen. You can download the song absolutely for free. I hope you'll check out the rest of my music too, including my last album, Go Forward. There's a ton of information about all the people that were involved with this project. So make sure you check out the comments below. There's a lot of stuff there for you. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe and send this video to some friends. It would really help us out. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you next time. Stay cool, stay blessed, stay in touch.
Are we the? Are we the? Are we the Walking Dead? Are we the? Are we